This is the book of 2 Timothy 3 verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. First and foremost, we give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Shalom to the hopeful elect men that's out here on the four corners of this earth pushing this truth for all sincerity. And shalom to those few sisters that's getting in order inside these last days. I'm the brother Amma coming to with a quick, Lord willing, edifying video somewhere centered around despite all of this, right? Despite all of this, right? The men of the Lord are going to be okay, right? More than okay, especially inside these perilous times, right? Dangerous times that's coming, you know. So this is a little article I had came across, and it says food prices are surging. Here's where that money goes. And we know, according to the scriptures, all hell has to break loose, right? And scriptures tell you, Esau Edom is that devil. He's the one that control the whole earth, right? And it's a quote that's tell you like who controls the food controls the people. Because at the end of the day, everything gonna lead to this charagma, right? The Revelation 13, 16 on down. So he has to pretty much control, manipulate everything so we can get to that point, right? So we see that, it's going to be a food famine coming. We're going to have two famines, a famine of the word and famine of food, right? And that famine of food is going to really kick in full-fledged, and to the point, scriptures and Lamentations talks about how it's better to die by the sword than die by famine, because that's how bad it's going to get out here, man. So I just want to, and also I want to say, hey, but through it all, hey, the men of the Lord are still going to eat, regardless, right? So I'm just reading a couple of sentences, and pretty much everything that's highlighted, I'm going to just go ahead and read that, and just grab a couple of precepts, right? It says, even as U.S. inflation moderates for millions of Americans, every trip to the grocery store is a pain in the pocketbook, man, right? It says supermarket prices have shot up at the fastest rate in decades. It said supermarket prices have shot up in the fastest rates in decades, putting staples like eggs and bread out of reach for some, right? To the point people can't even buy what they want to buy no more, right? They have to improvise, man, right? It says over the past 2 years, egg prices have nearly doubled, leading some consumers to extreme workarounds like trying to smuggle eggs from Mexico and painting Easter potatoes instead of dyeing eggs to saving household funds, right? To the point people can't have fun. What the scriptures say, taking the mirth out the earth, man. Yeah, and this is all through Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, right? It says, and hell, you shouldn't be goddamn painting no damn eggs anyway, right? But it says instead of dyeing eggs to save on household funds, meat, fish, and chicken are all substantially pricier than they were 2 years ago, as well as cereal and bread, which nearly cost 25% more today than they did in 2001. And it's more to this article. Just didn't want to read it all. If you can, you wanted to. It's on Newsbreak, right? But so just go to show you that, hey, the food is going up, right? We're finna see this food inflation go into hyperinflation. Matter of fact, I want to grab that word for hyperinflation, right? And we also seen it through like these news articles, how you had a Tyson plant, right? If I'm not mistaken, when I was reading the articles talking about how they was losing employees, right? And then you had from 2021, you had over 100 factories somehow burning down, right? So this orchestrated food famine is finna hit, and it's gonna hit Babylon the hardest out of the whole world, because Babylon is that America, right? Is that fat city, it's a gluttonous city, man. So this is what hyperinflation means. It says monetary inflation occurring at a very high rate, right? You might buy a loaf of bread. Shit might be $120 just for a loaf of bread, So it's definitely coming. We see it, right? But despite all of that, the men of the Lord is going to eat, man. We're not worrying about that. Like, we see this and we smile because why? We know these things was said to come, right? But we'll abide up under Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So therefore, hey, he said he's gonna feed us. So hey, that's what we waiting on. You know, that's what we waiting on. That's that that miracle we waiting on, man. All right, so I'm going to the book of Second Esdras. Shalakia. Second Esdras 16-21. It says, "Behold, victuals shall be so cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion." Right? Because, you know, if you want to go back further than what they sent to the article 2021, if you want to go back to the 90s, you know, brothers older than myself, you know, hey, they'll tell you, man, $1 would take your ass a long way. Let alone $5. You know, mama that sent you to the grocery store, you done came back with half the store, feel like. You know? But it says, "Victuals shall be good so cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case." And that's what our people has done. They got used to it. They couldn't see the prophecies, right? They don't think none of these events that we're speaking about will happen. Right? And I want to grab the word victual just so you can understand it, just, you know, talking about the food. Right? Cause now people are going to now I remember Cat Williams had a stand up and he was talking about that. He was like, "Damn, did I eat today?" Like, it's to the point you making real hard decisions, right? Am I gonna put gas in my car or I'm gonna eat today? It's to the point it's like, damn, which one, right? Cause, you know, out here in Atlanta, you know, on the outskirts, hey, it's at 345. Right? I know it's a different topic, but, you know, hey, the gas is rising up to 345, which they had an article talking about it's going to go over $4, you know? So things are about to get real. It's about to turn over to a major point, and once it start turning up, it's not going to turn back, man. You know, so we already see the food that's going up, right? And it's going to keep going up until it's just flat out chaos out here, man. Right? So it's victuals, meaning, you know, right, food. Right? So it says, "Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case." Right? So now throughout time, right, what happened? "And even then shall evils grow upon earth," right? Bad times. Right? It says sword, famine, and great confusion. You know, so that's just the point. You know, hey, we inside that second part of this prophecy, man. Right? It was good at first. Now we at the end of it. You know, so now I want to bring out, you know, a couple of precepts that, hey, we still gonna be all right inside these difficult times, man. Despite that, hey, the rest of the world gonna be got them going through hell, right? But the 144,000 elect men, right, and that 1/3 remnant, we gonna be all right, man. Right? And I just want to go to the book of Psalms and get straight into it. You know, I want to say Psalms 34, if I'm mistaken. Psalm 37. Excuse me. All right. It's the book of Psalms 37, verse 18. "The Lord Yahweh, right, knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time." Right? Because we know these times are coming, right? But what we were doing, putting on the whole armor of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, right? You know, making sure that we making our calling and election sure. Right? It says, "And in the days of famine, they shall be satisfied." You know, it says they shall be satisfied, but the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord Yahweh shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume into smoke, into smoke shall they consume away. Right? And I want to grab that same precept in NLT. You know, because it says, "And in the days of famine, they shall be satisfied." Right? Because we see it. We're seeing this shit circle the drain, man. Going straight to what? No food out here, man. All right? The only one that's going to be having food is the elect and these elites that got these bunkers that stored up with the little bit of food that they're going to have, right? Because they ain't better have that food for long either. What precept I just had? Psalms, yeah. Psalms 37, verse 19. Damn. NLT. I said NLT. Slacking. It says, they will not be disgraced in hard times. Even in famine, they will have more than enough, right? So when we see these things, because we got the faith, right? In the book of Hebrews 11:1, faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. We believe that Yahweh Shema Shai finna work these miracles, man. That's what we banking on. That's all we got. But it says, and even in famine, they will have more than enough, right? So the Lord is going to provide for us, man. Right? Even though we see that this world right here is crashing down, Esau world is crashing down, we're going to be all right, man. Right? Because we believe that this time was going to come. We prepared ourselves spiritually for these times to come, man. Right? I'm going to run to the book of Isaiah 65 in verse 13. And I got one more precept after that, Lord willing, and I better close out. I just started at 12. Right, Isaiah 65:12 said, therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, right, ye did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did chose that wherein I delighted not. Right, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Right, the Lord is talking is talking through the men of the Lord. Which y'all despise and mock. Right, so inside these times to come. Right, y'all gonna actually be bowing down to the slaughter, man. Y'all gonna be dying by famine, man. Right, being a part of the cannibalism, being ate alive. Right, we gotta eat your kids. Y'all gonna be a part of that, man. Right, because when Yahweh Shema Shai was speaking, y'all didn't want to take the reproof, the counsel, the wise counsel. So therefore that's the bed you're gonna lay in. Right, 13. It says, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, behold my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry, right? Because the servants out here week in and week out pushing videos, right, on the highways and the byways, first and foremost, building themselves up in the spirit, right? Yahweh Rat Dazah, right, by Hashem Yahweh shall be one of those elect men, right? And for the sister, one of those part of that a remnant, right, to be covered, inside these times to come. It said, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry, right? These unbelievers. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty, right? Like you said, they're gonna be they're gonna be satisfied. They're gonna be more than satisfied, man. That's the beauty of it. We're gonna be more than satisfied. So that means in time of trouble, we feed our faces, man. Right? So when we look at this article right here, man, look, he looked depressed anyway. Look, like, damn, I don't know about this shit. But, hey, we ain't gonna be worrying about that, man. Cause we was putting in work now. Right? So in the times to come, now we finna reap the benefits of it. We finna reap the benefits of putting in all that work. This is why we still grinding. We're gonna keep grinding until Yahweh Shema Shai close the doors, man. So we can reap our reward, Lord willing, inside the time of all hell breaking loose. You know how beautiful that is to be smiling in the mix of all hell? Ain't too many people gonna be able to do that. Literally. Right? It says, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Right? Because, we're going to be rejoicing in the middle of all hell, man. Right? Woe to those that receive the consolation now. Right? Because a lot of y'all pretty much already have y'all fun. Y'all already had y'all fun. See, us, we not having fun, right? Because we inside the spirit of mirth. We in the house of mourning right now, which everyone should be in, but we know that they all won't, But we inside the spirit of we inside the house of mourning right now, right? Because we rather mourn first and do what we got to do, serve Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, right? And once all hell breaking loose, he able to deem us worthy, right, and help us, guide us inside these end times, man. Right? It says, behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Hey, that is like when he said in the book of Revelation 12:12, right? I'll grab it, Esau, Edom finna come down with great wrath, right? But he said, rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell therein, right? Therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell therein. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devils come down to you having great wrath, because he know that he have but a short time, right? And that short time, guess what? It's going to be a real fool famine. This is a part of Esau Edom coming down with great wrath, Why? But we're going to rejoice. Why? Because it won't touch us. It won't touch us, man. Right? It won't touch us. We're going to be straight. Yahweh Shemashah going to make sure we fed more than enough. What he say in the book of Sirach 2:10? You know? Sirach 2:10. It says, look at the bit my damn tongue. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua and was confounded? Right? And we love bringing these same precepts, man, because this right here going to be the faith that we have, man. The book of Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. All right? It says, and was confounded. So like I start from top. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear, and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Right? And we have plenty of accounts, man. We have plenty of accounts that our forefathers had, they went through the trials and tribulations, and who they're calling on? Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and they was not confounded, right? And it's the thing that we got to keep in mind. This is why we're going to be rejoicing. Why? Because we kept these things in mind, praises to that, man. Call halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. This is the book of Romans 15, verse 4. For whatsoever the things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. This right is going to keep us level-headed inside the time. This is what we're going to be rejoicing in, right? We're going to be thinking about the same thing. Like, okay, I'm inside the same position as Elijah, right? I'm in the same position as Job, the three holy men, We're going to be inside those positions, and we're going to rejoice in it because while our faith is being tested, man. And what we believe, Yahweh Shai is going to be right there beside us, guiding us through it, man. Getting us through it, right? And that's what we truly believe in, man. Right? It ain't no swaying, no wavering spirit. Nah, we 144% believe that Yahweh Shai is going to guide us, man. That's why we want to see Esau come down with great wrath, right? Because we know our power, Yahweh Shai is going to intervene, man. He tell you that, right? When enemy shall come like a flood, So I'm gonna go back to Isaiah 65 and finish that on off. Isaiah 65. And the water Yahweh Shai, man, for this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, because we know this is what we've been looking for all our life. This verse 14. It says, behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry of sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. Why? Because, you had to want to get in line when those times when the doors of mercy was open, right? You disregarded it, right? The book of Proverbs 1, 22 on down, 20 on down. Yeah, about Shimei Shotgun, he gonna what's how he said in Proverbs 1, right? He said, laugh at your calamity. He gonna mock when your fear of cometh. You can run in motherfucker crying eyeballs, crying your eyeballs out, right? You should have been on point, man. You should have been taking this shit serious. Not this shit, but taking this ministry serious, man. So like it. This is my last precept that I had in mind. The book of Second Esdras. Gotta bring that out. Second Esdras 16 and verse 74. I started 74. So like it. This is the book of Second Esdras 16, verse 74. It says, hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. We see it right now on the small base, man. We see it on the small level right now. This is not, it's going to get deeper than this, but we see it, things right now. Brothers may coming up short on the food, in the spirit, it'll have a whole heathen pay for your meal, man. And I done seen it so many times, and I smile every time because it just further proves the point. Yahweh Shai can really work miracles, man. He's gonna really work miracles. Matter of fact, I said I gotta bring that out. So like where is it at? Verse 40, right? O my people, hear my word, make ye ready to thy battle. And in those evils, right, those bad times, be even as pilgrims upon the earth. I had to bring that out, man. Right? And matter of fact, Let me see if I can, matter of fact, I can pull it up in here. Just to bring it out again, you know, gotta bring it out, man. Pilgrim, you know. Like I said, you know, it be brothers like myself, and I'm pretty sure a lot of more other brothers have came across these types of accounts, man. Right? You may be at the grocery store or anywhere, and the Lord will put the Spirit on somebody to help you be like, oh, you can put your money up, I got it, I buy it. Or they may be like, yeah, I'm gonna pay for my stuff and the person behind me. But you ear hustling and you hear it. You like, damn, you sure you don't want my money? Nah, you good. Right? But it just goes to show you, like, hey, Yahweh Shemel Shai he gonna provide, man. That's why he tell you the things written aforetime written for our learning. Through the comfort of the scripture, we might have hope. This is the comforter. All these accounts, he's saying, I got y'all. And he come through. Right? So how much more is at the last generation before he returned? Right? When everything is at its utmost in everything. You know, wickedness, right? He about to come back and really pour out his spirit. You know? But that word pilgrim says a person traveling to a holy place. Right? It says as a penance or to discharge some vow or religious obligation or seeking some miracle or spiritual benefit. Right? And what we looking for? We're going to be looking for food, shelter, you know. We're going to be going from house to house, warehouse to warehouse, wherever we're going to be going, woods, wherever. We're going to keep walking like how it was in the book of Eli, man. He just steady traveling. And guess what? The Lord was giving him, you know, aid the whole time. Right? So I want to go back to verse 74. It says, "Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand," right? Which we measure in the time. You know, we see it. A lot of shit is popping off, man. Right? The charagma is ready. Right? The food is high as hell. You know? So we see these times. We see that we're at the end of this road, man. And call Allah Yahweh Shemel Shai, that we have the vision to see it. Right? It says, "Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same." Right? Go back to the book of Sirach 2:10. Right? Got to go back to the book of Sirach 2:10. It says, "Be ye not afraid. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt. For Yahweh Shemel Shai is your guide, man. And the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts," which is, you got to have. "Saith the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves," right? But that verse 75 is just, it's a small verse, but hey, it's heavy. You know, it said, "Be ye not afraid, neither doubt." Right? Like I said, hey, that book of Sirach 2:10 is heavy. Right? Really the whole chapter, you know, because he gonna guide us through these times, and that's what we got to keep putting our faith in, man. So just like I said, despite all of that's going on, these food prices going up, we don't care about that, man. We smile about that. We happy that it's going up, right? Because we know that, hey, miracles got to be played out, in which we're seeking after. We are waiting to see what these miracles look like, man. Right? How Elijah was fed with birds. I mean, the birds fed him with food. Hey, food, good drink. You straight, man. In the middle of a famine, you straight. Right? This is what we seeking after, right? But Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the point. And I want to give out honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Till next time, I want to say Shalom.